Guys, I just snagged myself my most very special guest of honor. Let's go, people! It's my fellow bunny mom friend who happened to be an American Idol bet. Where'd you go, Olivia? Uh-oh. Oh no, her bunny's chewed up her cord. She does have 3 bunnies, so her risks are much higher to have your cords chewed up. Okay, who's here to do that connection? What happened?
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Yay! What have you got, Ella? I want to see what you have.
I've got a mess here. Wait.
Me too.
Okay. I always have a mess.
Me too.
This is receiving day. Receiving day always means my house is gonna explode.
Same.
Yeah, right? Oh. Are you eating?
I'm eating a snack.
Oh, I haven't had dinner yet, but that's okay.
What?
I'll get to it. If you didn't cheat earlier, okay, don't read the comments. Don't go into my, well, no one guessed it on my Instagram yet. So, now it's on you to guess what you think this might be. I'll show you this one.
Okay, I saw that on your Instagram earlier.
Okay, no one got it yet. Hi, everyone.
Is it a gigantic pedometer?
Although that might be useful because I can use it to tone my flabby thighs. However, that is not correct. For every wrong guess, you owe us a song. No, I'm kidding.
I could. I mean, I could. I don't know how.
Incentive for you to give like good guesses. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
Our alarm clock.
Hello, Debbie.
Okay, I'm trying to like back up from my camera a little bit because I'm going blind.
Okay, someone thinks it's an alarm clock. Okay. Timer.
It would appear that way, wouldn't it? So I'll give you the first hint. This thing is a frequently requested thing when I'm at my shop. You've been to my shop, so you know what the environment is like. A clock? No, most people have their phones and stuff. People still ask me for the time and the bathroom. But anyway. I'm like their unofficial, like, you know, the reception desk.
Okay.
Walter says a thermometer. It's kind of close. It does kind of give you a temperature.
What?
It gives you a temperature. Is it dual purpose? Unfortunately, I've been trying to get these. During the summer, it will probably just be useful for one purpose. But in the winter, they're going to be dual purpose.
All right, I give up. What is that thing?
It is a power bank and a hand warmer.
How cool is that?
What? Hi, Sephora. Yes. Isn't that amazing? I just drained these two, but it goes up to 60 degrees Celsius, which is like pretty darn warm. I could have used it in all the winters I've been hanging out in my shop.
That's almost like 200 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, it
almost burns.
But I thought it's so cool. I don't have a...
Wow. That's perfect for like NorCal or like any cold climate.
Yeah, right? Any evening I'm hanging out at my shop after the sun goes down. It almost dips down to a nice balmy like 40 degrees. Oh, thank you.
How has the shop been? Are people back and everything?
Yeah, it's been a lot more crowded and busier. I was just telling the folks that I didn't really do anything because I had my like crazy COVID shot and I just kind of hunkered down for the weekend. But people have gotten increasingly less worry about COVID, and I guess like a lot of the Bay Area people have gotten at least one shot, especially around where we live. People just like make a beeline for it. I mean, they'll break the law to get to the front of the line instead of being vaccine hesitant. So by the time I went to get my second shot, it already was not busy, and it's in a big hospital, so
Yeah.
they would fill all their appointments. So I think around our neighborhoods, like everyone has made a beeline for it. The ones that they have left, I think they should just like give it to somebody else.
It sounds like there's actually a surplus now of vaccines.
Yeah, because some people don't want to go back for the second shot.
Oh.
Yeah, they're counting those in the millions. I was just watching the news last night and tonight. They're counting like millions of people who have missed their second shot. They either missed it or went to another place for their second shot instead of like the first place where they can keep like proper accounting. Yes, everyone has to make their own choice as to what is the best for you. Of course, you consult with your doctor and you know your own body. But for someone like me, whose immune system is like constantly on the freak out mode, being taken down by 3 days of body aches, I'll sign up for that to be to have a little bit of immunity from COVID, because even my family placed bets on me that if I catch it, good chance I'm going down for a good long time.
You should definitely get the vaccine then.
Yeah, cause my thing is like respiratory too. So I would do it over and over again, even if I have the same side effects. And if this become like a flu shot where we need it every single year, and if they tell me you're going to be down for 2 days with the same kind of body aches that I experienced during the first 48 hours, give it to me. 2 days of pain is better than dead.
That's true. I was curious about that, and I looked it up because we both have asthma.
Yeah.
So I was very curious as to what kind of effects that makes, since it's a respiratory infection.
Yeah. And I even had to give myself, I was trying not to give myself my eczema injection. Because I have to give that to myself like every 2 weeks. I just didn't want to like pile on all the stuff on myself at the same time, right? So before my first shot, I stopped it, and I was trying to like hang on until after the second shot. But I started having a flare like the day before, so I'm like, okay, I can't have a flare and everything else going on, so I'm just gonna shoot myself with the eczema shot. Well, after I like researched it.
It should be fine though, right? Because the eczema shot is what, a steroid?
It's actually not. It's not it's a very specific suppressant that goes and suppresses two very specific proteins that affect my eczema. So when I asked the nurse, I said, I just took this on my own last night at home because I'm having a flare. I can't, because the flare might lead to asthma. And when I get asthma, they actually might not give me a shot because I have like symptoms.
Mm.
They always ask if you have symptoms. If you do, then they'll ask you to wait. It's like, oh, I can't, asthma, I need to get the shot. So, okay, calculated risk with all my issues. Oh,
yeah.
Someone saying hi to you, Olivia.
Hi, Chan. Hi, Watermelon.
What?
Hi, Raymond. Thank you for the high five award, Chan.
Thank you so much. And I've been telling the folks that whenever you catch me online with either my fellow bunny parents, which Olivia, of course, is one of them, or with the bunny rescue, all the awards that you'll give to me I will match dollar for dollar and give it to one of the bunny rescues that I support.
I love it. Thank you for the
So
high
thank you
board.
so much. And all your purchases also will go towards the fund um, for supporting bunny rescues. And I do
Oh,
it anyway. So the more I sell, the more go towards the bunnies. So thank you so much for you guys for playing along with me and coming with me and hear me, rant about crazy stuff like, COVID vaccine side effects and testing games. Yes, there are other products. I'm sorry, I get distracted. So the next thing I was going to show, and I did earlier before you got on, was this. Is this creepy? I know. What do you think that is? Oh, you might know, because you got you. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, you got one of them. I mean, you got like one of these when we were at Berkeley. When I was
oh, I
pretending,
know what it is.
yeah, when I was pretending to be your like great aunt or mom, so I can get my first row seat when you were performing the national anthem. I pretended to be Olivia's mom, even though I
She's my
refused to
college
be old
mom.
enough. Yeah. So
Oh,
very close. I'm
I
gonna
know what
bring
that
them.
is. It's a very cool thing.
Hey, I don't have the delicate thing set
So
up.
cool! How awesome is that? That's like the best jewelry holder ever.
You know, right? It floats,
Thanks,
and
Alex.
I'm gonna put a more delicate piece. I think yours contained like a pair of earrings. I was trying
Yes.
to bling you out for the performance at Cal. Oh, have
Yes.
you graduated? What's the
I'm
scoop?
graduating May 15th.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
And
can't
is
believe
it
it.
gonna be
20
like?
years later.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say again.
20 years later.
Oh my goodness.
My first college class was when I was 13 and it was 2002.
Woohoo! Hey, um, the main point is that you achieved
I know, now I'm
what you
inspired
once set
to.
out to do. So
Thanks,
are you
everybody.
is there going to be like a commencement thing? Can I pretend to be your mom again?
There is, but I'm not gonna do it. I really do want to kind of go back up there and get some photos, but that's about it. Like I don't really want to do a commencement thing. I'll do
Hmm.
my own thing. I'll do my own graduation on
Yes.
caps, I guess.
We'll do a photo thing in hot pot again.
There we go. What did you get your degree in? I'm going to have a degree in linguistics and journalism. That's actually why I found HAPS. So Peter, if you know Peter from HAPS, Peter was my professor. And so I was one
Really,
of the,
Peter was your professor?
yeah. And so I was in
Oh,
his
I
class
thought he
and
was like a fellow student because he looked so young.
I know, I think we're the same age actually.
Oh,
But Peter was my professor and I was just really old in the class. And so he is from HAPS, right? So then he was talking
uh-huh.
about HAPS in another class. That's when I downloaded it and I explored it and I was like, oh my gosh, I believe in this app like 2,000,000%. I love this app so
And
much.
did you already know that Periscope was like starting to go away?
I didn't know that, but I had a feeling because I was also one of the early adopters of Periscope. If you read Malcolm Gladwell, I'm considered like a Maven or a Maven, where I like explore new apps before they take off and become a tipping point, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So uh, yeah, so I was exploring Periscope as well, and I kind of had a feeling that it was going away just because I had a gold badge and I wasn't keeping up with it, but I still had a gold badge, so I knew that things
Oh,
were kind of fizzling
you
out.
retained your status. That meaning you didn't make an effort, and no one bumped you.
Yeah, and so I was
Okay.
like, okay, they're not paying attention, which means they're gonna fold soon. Like it just if that's what it felt like was happening. So
Mhm.
once HAPS came on board, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the next big thing. Like if people don't catch on to this, like I'm gonna go all in on this right now. Like it was just literally all in on HAPS, and I was like, this is the app. This
Yeah,
app is gonna take off, and
and
that's
that's the lady responsible for dragging this introvert into this vast land where we just bring up a computer and start talking to strangers.
Yeah, but then I mean these strangers, they all become your friends.
You know what? That is the most positive phenomenon that I haven't, except for like the 2 days when the filters weren't working quite right.
Oh,
After those 2 days, everyone I've met have been supportive, kind, and I have made like dozens of friends. And how else would I be able to meet like 1,000 people a night?
it's true. And I mean the live
Oh,
streaming community is just so different from the rest of the world. Not
yeah,
not
yeah,
to, separate us or anything. It's not like better or worse. It's just different. Um,
right. I mean,
yeah. And you just get to know people on another level when it comes to live streaming. And this is not something you can do anywhere else. And Haps definitely has the best multi streaming platform, and it's free and it's professional. It's not all like like I'm just doing random like
sometimes I feel like I'm doing that, but usually, I have a purpose before I dare come on because still introvert, still performance anxiety.
I
Even though you dragged me like kicking and screaming by my hair and by the tail of my shirt, like, oh, you got it, you got it.
it's you're doing an amazing job, and I feel like this app is just so good at filtering out the content that doesn't make sense that was all over Periscope. Like Periscope was just the wild Russian roulette of live streaming. Like you just never knew what you were gonna get. And sometimes you would like go on the map and you'd just be like, what is this person live streaming? Like I don't
I
understand what is going on.
I have seen a few during the last 2 days since I was kind of just laying in bed and not doing anything. So you know how they have the trending. I
Yeah.
mean, those are not like the people that I already know. Since I have all that time in my hand and I can't move much, I started scrolling through and kind of like lurking.
Yeah.
Is all I can say.
Wow, were you seeing some interesting ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's not all bad, just different, right? I am just so thankful that you dragged me in at the time that I was open, and that I didn't drag myself and delay the process anymore. Because if I were to look now, I actually might be more scared.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot more people now. It's a lot more saturated.
Right.
But I hardly ever recommend things. So when I do, I have to like,
You know that, yeah.
yeah. It's like
It,
you
it,
really should do this. Like that. It's
right.
just,
It's kind of like recommending your friend to go into a company where you work, right? I mean, you're really putting yourself out there for the experience of your friend and the company.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to trust that both two will, be a kind of a happy marriage, or else your own reputation might be at stake.
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm so thankful because it's impossible for someone like me to catch attention in format like YouTube, right? I mean, if you don't have like 100,000 followers, I forget it. There's just no easy way to break in. But over here, I keep meeting like incredible people. Takara, are you starting an Uno game?
No, I every day at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. My team and I, so at 10 a.m. we set our goals, and then at 10 p.m. we report the status of our goals for that day. So
Oh my goodness, you have to go. Does that mean you have to?
no, I'm just gonna reply to them after
Oh,
I sign off.
okay. It's not like a video or.
No, not that much dedication.
But you are dedicated in like a million ways already.
I am, yeah, it's hard to stick with a commitment when I'm committed to so many things. It's
Yeah,
like I have commitment issues, but it's like the other way around.
yeah. And I
I'm
tell
committed
Austin
to a
all the
lot of
time, I
things.
don't know how to chill. I mean, I gotta be like doing stuff.
Have you ever
Because
looked into human design, Ella?
what is that?
So it's similar to like birth charts, except they categorize it into a different thing where you enter in like the same thing that you would do for a birth chart, for example, in like astrology, which I don't know if I believe in astrology, but I do think there's something to birth charts where you have to give like an exact birth time and birthplace. But it's one of those, and you enter in your info, and then you end up discovering what like category you're in. And so a lot of my friends and I and my team and I will figure this out, and then we actually work together according to which one of these we fit into best. So people who like keep on going and can't stop, a lot of times they're generators or manifesting generators because they have so much energy.
I'm just manifesting craziness.
There you go. We're just manifesting insanity.
Yeah. I mean, my son tells me that all the time, that can you just chill, like, for a day, half a day? Can you just, like, focus on doing that? Well, I can't, because the mind still wants to go, even though my body doesn't, won't let me. So there's kind of a disconnect between this and the rest of this. Crazy.
My brain, it's racing, but my body can't keep up.
I know, right? I should learn how to play Uno with Takara, because that seemed like a really chill way to spend a couple of hours. Takara plays Uno like online with a bunch of people. And
how fun!
So fun.
That would be such a cool addition if we could all play a game, since so many people can sign on to Haps at once.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it. I have to like join her. I've forgotten the rules of Uno, but I remember liking it when I played. Okay,
Takara, I do not have Uno cards.
Neither do I. We'll have to get some and then join you one night. Yeah. Have you played your uke, Olivia?
I'm staring at it. It still has a tag on it.
Hold on.
Five people. Yeah. I know. I really should get some Uno cards. She says she doesn't cheat anything ever. Chan is laughing. Wow. Did you get the same one as me?
No, I just went to the Guitar Center because, I'm wishy-washy. I haven't really held one, so I have to go hold a few. That's true. Then I figure I'll just get inexpensive one to learn. I wanted like the deeper tones, but then my hands can't really handle the tenor, so I just got a concert.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing when I'm like laying up in bed.
Play something.
Well, you have to sing it if I play it.
I can't. It's going to be off sync.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh? How many chords have I learned? Okay. The fingers are so much different from the piano. The piano you stretch and now you got to curve them. So it's like a strange phenomenon for me.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted.
I fell right through the cracks.
I was like, I know that song.
I'm a very cheesy Jason Mraz fan. I've actually taken a picture with him when he played at the Fillmore, which is like a really small venue. So while Austin was rolling his eyes at me, I went and stood in line to get a picture with him. I don't know what happened. And he's such a pothead, I think. And his family sells avocados.
Oh, okay.
From California. So.
Oh, nice.
I went to ask him tonight, can I order a box of avocados that you just picked? Because that's what he does with his Instagram. He'll show himself like on a tractor trailer kind of thing.
Oh,
picking avocados.
How cool! I just watched a documentary, not recently, but in some time, about like an avocado shortage and how millennials are just wiping avocados off of the planet with our avocado toast. And I'm like,
yeah, it's our fault. And then the boba shortage, Olivia.
there's a boba shortage.
Yes, how are we gonna live?
I know. I don't know what I'm going to
COVID
do
is not
now.
gonna kill us, but a lack of avocado and boba might.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild. I can't believe there's a boba shortage. That's like America getting cultured right there. Like, whoa, non-Asians are obsessed with this stuff? Great.
All right. Austin has gotten like pretty good at just like buying the giant tapioca thingies and making it himself. I once asked, why don't you just like get one of those sets where they have all the ingredients? I know you make them from scratch, and then when he's stuck at home, he'll start boiling those things, and then he'll offer me some like right before dinner. Like,
Oh, wow.
If
Fun.
I had that, then that's dinner. I can't put anything else in my tummy.
It's true. It's really filling. So Lynn says, what is boba? LOL. I don't like avocado at all. I'm actually allergic, but I'll eat it if it's there, but I don't like go out of my way to eat an avocado. Boba is a tapioca ball that many Asian desserts and drinks add into. It's kind of like a fun surprise with your caffeinated beverage.
Yeah.
It's good for you. I heard it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like tapioca pudding, except
they're like bigger.
A tapioca pudding with coffee. Does that sound weird?
Or any kind of slushy, like a mango smoothie, or iced tea, or a coffee. You can put boba into anything.
It's just it's like a topping on an ice cream, except it falls to the bottom, and you drink it and eat it with a straw.
And you need the like massive extra wide straws.
Yeah, smoothie straws. That's what they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're really boba straws. Let's be real.
Yeah. Like why else would you need a fat straw?
Yeah, for boba.
Yep. So have you worked on any new songs or any other kinds of? I don't even know if you've been performing because I haven't seen you around.
I'm actually waiting for me to graduate before I start getting back into any kind of performing schedule or anything. Mm-hmm. It seems like I can't really commit to that. But I have been
a school load that you have to finish.
The school load is okay. I think it's more so work that's taken over. So with doTERRA, I've been doing some crazy things in the company, including going for a founder position. So I'm just waiting for some things to clear, and then that'll be cool. And once that happens, I think I'm going to have to do a lot more things. So I'm already doing a lot of guest speaker roles and like all kinds of things roles. I mean, like guest speaker presentations and things where I go and talk to other teams. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And then, of course, my own team. So I have like 2,500 plus people in my team, which is a lot of work.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Plus school.
But if you guys are into essential oils, that she is the one and only source you should trust. I only get my stuff from her.
Where else would you go? Where else would you go?
No, not the supermarket.
Never.
Definitely not CVS. Yeah, so when I first met Olivia, I told her about like my eczema, my asthma, my like myriads of issues. She suggested that I use some of the stuff to help cleanse the air and open up my airway. So I love peppermint in my diffuser, and I just take a whiff of peppermint like whenever. And
people with respiratory issues, that thing is a godsend.
Yeah, and it actually saved me from a worse fate when I was in Manhattan. I think I got one of those like rollerball dealies that has peppermint in it.
Yeah.
And when me and Austin went to visit my niece in Manhattan, we were just like walking back and forth, and we got like all kinds of show tickets. And then that one day, Austin went to like a half marathon or something crazy, and and then Victoria and her boyfriend were somewhere else, so we were all supposed to just meet at the theater. But that day, my head was not screwed on correctly, or I taxed myself a little too much because of my anxiety issues. I started feeling lightheaded. So I texted the kids, right? I said, okay, not feeling too good, but I'm still walking. I'm fine. So just hang on. We might be late for a few minutes because I'm just gonna walk slowly. And then they all told me, don't go anymore, just stay there, we'll come get you. I said, no, I'm fine. I'm just gonna walk slowly. I really wasn't. I was kind of nauseous. I was just focusing on the legs of the guy in front of me so I don't fall over.
Wow.
But I don't know what happens when we just refuse to acknowledge that we're in like some kind of vulnerable position. And then they texted me like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. I should have like been way past them at that point. I said, no, I'm still walking. But since I really didn't have all my faculties, I had already walked past them. But didn't know. So they made me stop, and then they grabbed me water. They made me like sit at. They finally found me and sat me like at the sidewalk on the floor.
Oh
And then I
my.
remember I had that little peppermint thingy. So I took it out and I whiffed it and then I rolled it in the back of my neck. I might have been like a little overheated too. So by putting that in the back of the neck, I remember it instantly cools because of like what the arteries or something back here.
Wow.
Yeah. So that helped me a lot that time. But not caving, not actually passing out while my niece was trying to get me water and Austin was just trying to okay, Mom, don't pass out.
That's like the perfect time to use oils is, when you're in that kind of situation. And it's that time between no medical help and medical help so that you can potentially see if you don't even need to go to that measure.
Yeah, because like it was Manhattan, it was like theater night, so the streets were all packed. So even if I needed
Yes.
somebody, I mean, it'll take some time for an ambulance and medical assistant to come to me. So now I always carry that some form of peppermint in my backpack.
Me too.
Yeah,
At all
and
times. Never fails. Peppermint has to be in the bag.
and it helps with my migraines too. When I actually like don't have my meds with me, then
Yeah.
I'll just put a little here, and then it'll help a little. Oh, is Chikara
Love it.
Takara went to bed, or did she start another Uno game?
Good night, Takara.
Good night. Takara's such a sweet lady. She just had a birthday a couple days ago, too.
Oh, happy birthday, Takara.
There was all kinds of birthday parties going on, which is another interesting phenomenon about HAPS. Like, every day somebody is throwing a birthday party or something.
I've also seen a video about this where if you're in a room with like 30 people, chances are somebody has the same birthday as you.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, who's had a birthday here during the last week or so? And last night, because I showed the ukulele, I was like pretty much recruiting like a personal trainer teacher for me. So I showed this a couple of weeks ago, and a gentleman, his screen name is Silver and Gold. Last night he gave me an at mention and said this other Hawaiian gentleman was playing the uke last night, and he sings, and he's from Hawaii. He's now in Las Vegas. So the few of us were like just sitting at his living room while he's like playing the uke and his guitar, and he played a few island tunes, and then we helped him with writing a verse in his song.
How fun.
Yeah, so it's like all kinds of like fun stuff happens, and even in this kind of crazy world, we actually don't need to feel alone, even if we can't go outside.
So true, especially here.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think you're crazy busy, but I just got all the information about the night markets. We're going to start up again.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yep. So, are you or your family going to do the ones in Arcadia?
Well, I'm officially traumatized by all night markets and booths. but I want to go.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Shirley's awesome.
She is awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So are you like you can't go anymore? Did the
Um,
police ever do anything with the person?
I reported her to a different department because the police
Uh-huh.
didn't take me seriously. Um, they sent me to the mental health line for
Is it
her.
really your place to like decide which department you should be like phoning in your complaint?
I got the idea from a friend in my networking group. She
Oh,
was like, "You should probably go higher for a threat like that." And I was like, "That is what I was wondering if that's something I should do." I gave them a call and they're like, "Whoa, okay, no, yeah, we take those kinds of threats very seriously. You should report it right away. The very
mhm.
minimum, we need to do a wellness check. Someone made a threat to you. Yeah, big threat. Very scary. I have been fearing for my life for like the last 3 weeks. Hence, all of the self defense training that I've been posting about. Um,
Yeah, I
there's
thought
also
about.
self defense training that I'm not posting about because people are sensitive out there. But honestly, when it comes to my safety or my family's safety or my friend's safety, I will go to whatever measure I need to go to protect myself and my family.
Yep. It
So if
it
you're going to be threatening me, that's what I'm going to have to do. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Olivia. Didn't your police? No, they didn't. They didn't do very much.
it's hard unless something is already like the, some criminal act has already been done because they didn't really help me when I had my stalker either. I reported them to the local police, but because he hasn't actually, I mean, just because I have evidence that he's been watching me every single night enough to come up to me and tap me on my shoulder and start talking to me and telling me about details that he has observed during the last like weeks and weeks, that's not enough for the police to actually act on it.
Yep, they are reactionary. They're not proactive. So
Yeah,
yeah, they only help
so
after the damage is exactly. So what I'm like, nope. If you're not going to help me, then I'm going to help myself. And again, I will repeat. I'm only posting the mildest form of what I'm doing to up my self-defense. And I mean, if I decide to post it, I can. But
yeah, I mean we're out there. That's like what are we gonna do?
hey,
Because
if they're not going to
some,
protect me, then I will.
yeah, because I mean we need to be out there to like earn our living and all that. So unless we kind of just cave and go, I'm not going to do that, which people like you and me are just not going to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and I a lot of times stupidly unafraid.
Right. And then after a while, because like, I don't know if you've dealt with more than one stalker, but I've definitely had more than one stalker. Like I'm always, uh, my sister, when I finally told her, because I've had so many that I don't really tell my family that much anymore about when I have one because I don't
Because
want.
you're a performance artist too. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't even imagine because you're way out there.
yeah. So I think it comes with the territory. I think it's just one of the things that you have to deal with as a public figure is that you're out there, so people think they own you. Um,
Mhm.
and so for me, I'm like, well, you don't own me, and that's got to be terrifying. It is very terrifying. But I've been dealing with stalkers even before I became a public figure. So I'm like very it's kind of my normal, right? My sister, to quote her, when I finally told her about this recent one, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're just so lucky. You
Look,
How is it possible that you are like always meeting these insanely crazy people? And I'm like, I know, right? What are the chances? They're just looking at me. Um, my cousin thinks that it's because I'm like way too friendly or I'm like way too out there. Um, which is true, I guess. I mean, like, am I supposed to mad dog everybody? I don't know, you
yeah,
know?
and I don't even think of I could. I'm a salesperson, shopkeeper. I can't have like the growling mean face on me all the time. I have to like poker face, friendly, funny lady. Hi, what
Yeah,
can I help you with? Check out this. Check out
yeah,
that. Touch this. And then this guy come up to me and touch me, and I go, okay, hold up. Like now I know like the first way I can defend myself is hold up my camera and take a picture of him. The
that's it.
really bad ones, they don't like it at all. So
Yeah,
want to take a selfie with me, and then they'll go.
yeah. I mean, that's the first thing that they teach in self-defense is
Really?
the first thing. Yeah, the first thing you should do if you feel like you are being threatened in any way, you bust out your camera and you go boom, and then you go, okay, well, you're being really weird, and I have a picture of you.
Uh huh.
Um, and that's like you don't be weird. And if they
Yeah.
proceed to do anything else, try to record as much as you can if you're being attacked or anything.
Hmm. Yeah. My family asked me to carry a taser, but then I'm a klutz. I'll probably tase my own big toe.
I was just advised to get a taser yesterday,
Oh my goodness.
and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm scared.
I know, and some of my family they actually have weapons, and I would definitely shoot my own big toe first. I should not.
Well,
So
that's why I mean, there's really important to understand firearm safety, right? Before you have one. I don't think that, and that's why I don't think that everybody should have firearms. Like, not everybody should have a gun.
no, I will probably shoot somebody's grandfather or my own big toe. Um, pepper spray is like the only thing I have. Pepper spray and walking with my head up and not like on the phone when
Yeah,
I'm going back to my car at night.
yeah,
Oh, it would be a good idea to like find a taser training class.
that sounds
Because
scary.
I know that is really scary. Um, but when you've seen the neighborhood where my shop is, I mean, it shouldn't be scary on a normal day. That's why I
It
picked
shouldn't.
ultra expensive rent in like a posh shopping center, but then it's open, so any old creep can just walk up.
Yeah, and it was like pretty heartbreaking to see what happened during last year too. You know?
Yeah. Um, I think the Gap never came back.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
and Godiva closed, I think, all of the shops in the U.S. I think they're still in Canada. Because I went the last day when they had the big old sale, so I stashed up in Godiva chocolates. I don't know why. I don't even eat Godiva chocolates on any regular day, but before they closed, I had to go get like 2 pounds worth.
They went down? I didn't even know they went down.
Yeah, well, they're not like a corporation down, but they just stopped operating in the U.S. I think
Okay.
because I asked
But
the lady. So
it's Ghirardelli that's in San Francisco, right? Not Godiva.
Ghirardelli's in San Francisco, and Godiva is like pretty global. So they say they're still in Canada. I can still order stuff from there. And then the eyeglass, the shade store, Solstice, they never made it back either. And Papyrus went out. There's quite a few stores that never really quite came back after the protests and the riots.
Wow. They didn't come back. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Lenny says, make sure you are trained to use a taser or don't get one. Also, if they get away from you, it can backfire. No!
My gosh. Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to get tased with 50,000 watts of electricity, dot, dot, dot. Did you know most of if not all cops have to be tased in training so they know what it feels like before they use it. I knew that, but
Okay, I'll just carry this, Olivia. How about this?
that's insane. Yeah, that might work. That'll hurt them. That's a good time to broadcast. Witnesses are important. Yeah, it's true.
No, right? I am working on a vertical monitor and sticking a camera on it. So I think I told you that I can ask people like you and Piano Man and Foamy to perform live and scare my customers. Because
What a
people,
great idea.
yeah, like candid camera, right? Because most people will think if I put a monitor up and playing something, must be something that's recorded, right?
Oh, and then we just like start talking to them.
Hey kid, can you help me get like a soda from the pretzel place? I'm kind of thirsty, you know, like hey, you, the one with the green hat.
That's such a great idea. I think that would be really funny.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the HAPS team to um, activate an external camera option for like a tablet or a phone, um, because I don't want to have to like bring another computer or thing to attach to the monitor.
Wait, what if it was a broadcast on your iPad and that's the monitor and people can watch, but then they're also you just put a notice saying that there's filming in progress.
Uh-huh.
So people know that they're being filmed and it's actually a duet like this and people are watching people react as they're performing. I think that'd be really funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling y'all, you guys. Once I have the network connection and the camera figured out and the mic.
That would be
Um,
hilarious.
yeah, I got a smart monitor. I thought when I read it, I thought it was a smart monitor that can go vertical. But then it is a smart monitor, but it's only horizontal. You know how like one of my panels of glass on the side, it's like taller than wide.
Yeah.
I was gonna take up one of those windows, and I got like a 31 inch. It was a pretty big monitor too, so I thought I would take up like at least half of the vertical space, so it'll be eye catching, and I can just like play ads or product and stuff when I don't have like live people with me. But
Yeah.
that would be so neat to have all the house performers come on and like saunter through and scare some of the customers.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Lenny says carry a baseball bat and break their legs. LOL. Go for the eyes with your fingers or knuckles. That would be so much fun. Takara says the area where your shop is seems pretty busy with people. Yeah, it does. It at least seems safe. Olivia, do you know the name of the person or where they reside that made the threat? I do know the name, and I have an idea of where they reside, but they are mobile, so it's hard to pinpoint.
Yeah. So those kinds of things are always scary when you have to do business that is like just out there.
Yep.
There's really not much we can do. I mean, unless we want to like go in a full body armor.
Yeah. That's the scariest part. I was attacked by a homeless man when I was a teenager. So I have like extra PTSD
Oh my god.
from just mentally unstable people in general.
Yeah, and sometimes you just can't even tell, right? I mean, you can meet a person for a few times and you think they might be normal.
That's exactly the situation that happened this time.
Yeah, because like the truly crazy people, they go up and down, right? The moods, their showing of how normal or not they might be, or
Yeah.
what might have triggered their inappropriate behaviors, whatever battles they may be fighting that morning or that afternoon right before they came to talk to you. I should have been a psych major because I find all that really fascinating.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. We did come to the conclusion that this person is either off their meds or on something. So we're like, okay, so are you off your meds or are you on crack? Because it's one of those or both of those.
Yeah, because those mood swings. Oh my goodness. I've been watching on YouTube, then laying up in bed for a couple of days. I've been watching the psychiatrists and psychologists react to the celebrity or YouTube apology videos. Those are really fascinating.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know if you watch like the celebrities misbehaving and those tea kind of YouTube videos. Um, like Demi, the singer,
Mhm.
she went to a frozen yogurt shop and didn't like the way they all organized their diet and sugar-free kind of frozen yogurt selections, and
Okay.
it triggered her. So she got upset, left, and went on her social media and called them out. A
Why?
celebrity with like millions of followers, she could have taken out that small business because she didn't like the way that they didn't cater to people like her who have granted she has struggles, right? Um, so she made an apology video. I don't know about all this, but there was a guy who that's part of his deal on YouTube is to assess celebrities' apologies, public figures' apologies, in the way they react to the camera and their minute little body language,
Yeah.
subconscious versus conscious kind of movements. So I find that really really fascinating.
Well, all human behavior is really interesting.
Mhm.
So, okay, what else are they saying? Just don't answer your door either unless you know exactly who it is. I have a security camera, so I always know who's outside.
That's why I live in a condo. There is
Yep.
no way to get to my door.
I have lots of things defending me. Um,
Mhm.
you can't tell they are crazy, it's true, or both, or just plain obsessed and nuts. That is not cool. Most are very nice people. Others are not so nice and or demand everything. Shirley says that's terrible. Lenny says good. You can't get to me either. You can probably get to me, but pretty hard to find where I am. Um, and if you do, I have all kinds of security measures all around the home and inside the home. So don't come for me.
Yes, people like us should not be messed with.
Yeah,
Or
you really. I mean, you really don't want to mess with me. you just don't. Just don't do it. Okay.
I'm gonna throw bunny poop at you.
Yeah,
We will
that
fire
would be
off the
that would be the
bunny.
least of your worries. The bunny poop.
Yeah, people keep asking me what puppy cat is, so I'm gonna. Puppy cat,
Puppy cat.
come on, come on.
Hi. Are you clicker training him? Hi,
He just
puppy
comes to
cat.
me if he
Hey,
wants
how
to.
many pounds?
He is probably close to 5. People
Okay,
always
so
call him chunky, but he's not that chunky. He's just fluffy.
he's is he a mini lop?
Yeah, he's a mini, which is the bigger one. A
Oh yeah,
Holland is
so
the littler.
yeah, I have 2 mini lops and a dwarf.
Are they much smaller than 4 pounds?
No, I think they're going to be 5 pounds as well. They're still
Oh, okay,
growing.
so probably like about the same
Yeah, yeah,
weight.
yeah. Because Genevieve the bunny was 3 pounds, so
Oh,
she was a Holland. But my little minis are going to be just as big as Puppy Cat.
Oh, yay! Play dates, play
Yeah.
dates, and
But I
snacks.
mean, come on now. We all know that I want a gigantic one that'll cuddle.
I know we all do, right?
Where do we find those?
I don't know. You see them on like Instagram and stuff. They have like those giant, like 20-pound ones that are like probably as big as me.
That's what I want.
And I've been so curious to see if their poops are actually like relatively as big compared to the bunny.
I'm pretty sure because it's very obvious whose poops are whose. when you have different size rabbits.
Oh, so you can identify because like the two are the gray ones are sisters.
Yeah, they're big girls.
Okay, and then your little one. So you can tell like who's poop.
Oh yeah. Well, not between the sisters, but definitely
Right.
between Wiggles and the big girls, because they're going to be twice his size.
Oh my goodness. Are they getting along like all the time now?
Oh yeah, they're not fighting anymore. They were fighting for a while when we spayed the
Uh-huh.
girls. Yeah.
Oh.
We won't let them, Olivia. Hope you have good aim, Olivia. I also have my phone up to my ear when I answer the door and act like I'm talking to a friend and describe the person and take a picture of them even though I have no one on the other end of the phone. That's another level. That's smart. I do have all of the interactions in my front door saved in video format. So I do see everybody who drops off packages, everyone who comes up to the door. So
And Shirley, you could actually call me. I can be on the other end since you're so close to where I am. Shirley is just in Oakland, just like past the hill.
How cool. A lot of NorCal people here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the ring.
First, Haps person who came to visit me like IRL. She's awesome. Yeah, so just call me if you have like delivery people or whatever, anywhere, anytime when you feel unsafe. I did it like a couple of times I was in Vegas by myself, and like the taxi drivers usually freak me out when they start saying, I'm looking for a wife.
Oh.
So I'm like on the phone. Like, don't hang up. Just don't hang up. Just say that with me.
Yeah. See, normally my hubby is here too. But when he's not here, that's when I'm like, okay, upping the tell them you are gay.
That's another good trick.
Yeah. But when the hubs isn't here, I mean that's when we have to up our alert status like way higher, right? Because when he's here, I feel like he's pretty alert. But if he's not here, I'm on guard.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
just that little short distance from my shop to the parking garage. I just have to make sure, okay, you're not ever going to close after Old Navy. I got to make sure I close before any of them do. And I'm down in my car where there's like people around. I won't be the last one there.
There you go.
Yeah.
The things we have to think about as women. Why?
Right? I mean, I
So
actually didn't think
unfair.
I choose the neighborhoods where I live because it lowers the risk of me having to deal with such things. But I guess no matter how safe I think my neighborhood is, it's still open to the unsavory, like crazy people.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know if it's a women thing because this time the stalker is a woman.
Oh,
By far the craziest I've ever dealt with.
oh
Hands
my.
down. Hands down.
So you said you've seen her before when she's normal. Oh, Old Navy closes at 9 usually, or I just kind of like when they start closing, they have the set of like procedural things they do to the front door, to the displays. So I just hurry up and close and make sure I leave before they do. If I'm still hanging out up there. So that time when she became crazy, can you tell right away, or does she sneak up on you and start like going off?
She seemed normal. But you know how like people who are normal but just a little off. So I thought maybe she was just a little off, like socially awkward or something. And I never judged people for that. Like that's crazy. I'm socially awkward. Like we're all, we all have our little quirks, right? So she seemed totally normal. I'm wondering if this is someone from Periscope. No, but I have had a stalker from Periscope. That was also scary. Not as scary as this one, but we can get into that another time. That's a good idea. Is her name Ruby? Her name is not Ruby. But yeah, so this person what seemed really normal, and we actually got along really well. We even had like jokes and things. And then out of nowhere, she just flipped a switch.
Oh my gosh.
And
you said she's a loyal customer. I mean,
She
just not.
really, yeah, she is.
And so that just doesn't make sense why she would want to cause you harm when she gets stuff from you. Well, I guess that's what my she's crazy and we're not.
Well, it was to the point where she actually worked at the booth.
Oh my goodness.
Jealousy. It can be as simple as that. I don't know.
Well, that would be like another really good series that we can do if you ever find the time. I'm coming up with all these like crazy ideas of like a series or broadcast we should do. Am I ever gonna schedule that entrepreneur series that you and I were going to start?
That would be amazing. I need to come up with a content schedule once school finishes and I officially have my degree. Mentally unstable, very, very. I have a song about that. It's called Delusional.
Or was it inspired by real life experiences?
Oh, I mean, all my songs are inspired by real life experiences, but I mean, that song wasn't about her. It was written so long ago, but it's still relevant.
Appropriate, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a song called Delusional. It's dedicated to every psycho person that you've ever come across. And if you've never come across one, well, you might be the psycho. So, like any sane person has met at least one, right? Unless you really are lucky. Just never come across anybody that's like mentally unstable.
And sometimes when I'm thinking myself into that rabbit hole, I think all of us have that in us. It's just that most of us are stable enough to suppress those those actions and behaviors that are not socially acceptable. And we put on the role that what a sane person should look like.
Yeah. And I think another part of it is, I'm sure a lot of people who are watching can connect, the empath narcissist kind of play, where if you have that empath vibe or like that empathy vibe, you will attract many narcissists and crazy people.
Oh, okay. I hate everyone. I don't like anyone. I don't care what happens to any of y'all. I'm. It's time that I quit caring.
That's what I want to say too. And then,
When people knows I'm like such a not Oscar-winning performance artist. That is very true though, because the people who are not as friendly or not as kind looking, even the insane ones don't want to go up to them.
Yeah. Lenny says, just be yourselves and know God will watch over you. That is so true.
Yes. Because how else would I still be here right now?
That is so true. We're all here for a reason.
Yes.
And we can't change that. There's even people who try to like say commit suicide and they don't make it because they weren't supposed to go. That is like the power of a higher power.
Yep. Even if you don't have a particular God that you pray to, there is some higher power that we don't know about.
Yeah. And that's why I say that, because it could be God, it could be whoever you think, whoever you believe in,
Yeah, the bunny angels around us.
Yeah.
They totally control my mind and what I do with my money.
They do, these rabbits.
Yeah.
Whenever they're being cute, I call them bunnies. I'm like, oh my gosh, my bunnies, they're so sweet. And then when they're being bad, I'm just like, you rabbits! Rabbits!
They con us of our good snacks and our attention and our sleep and our love.
Yes, and they just beg for snacks all the time. They wait for guests to come because they know that the guests are going to be like, oh my gosh, so cute, a bunny, and then they feed them.
They look like they're hungry because why else would they be like begging and standing up on their hind legs and looking all cute?
Yeah, and I was like, because they know.
They know we're suckers.
Yep. They know that I'm not going to give them any treats.
Yep.
Ooh, more products.
Oh, well, I think some of you guys might have seen these, but I'll show. Oh, he vacuum packs this. If this explodes and I get knocked unconscious, I think you guys know approximately where I live.
What is that?
My buyer is so cute. She actually got a bunny themed vacuum pack to package
Oh,
order.
how cute.
I know, so I don't want to break it because probably I will never buy another one.
This is your vendor, right?
I'm sorry?
Your vendor is packaging?
Yeah, I actually have a person.
Oh, a human. You have a...
She's also a small business owner.
Oh.
Yeah, so her aspiration is not, become my personal like buyer for other small businesses. So she actually has a plan in place, and this is just to help her get to where she wants to get to, which
Great.
is kind of cool. Yeah, and it saves me a lot of headaches of having to deal with manufacturers and factories since I'm not ordering like a million units at a time. It's much more difficult for me to get a decent deal and more importantly reliable shipping.
Mm.
Because if you just like go to a factory, I mean, well, yeah, they might take the order and they might make like 10 times the money from you, and they might wait a year before they send your stuff. And what can I do? Nothing. And
So what is it? I want to see.
she actually scours the all the shops. Actually, I have one out already. Hold on.
How fun. She's a bunny buyer.
Well, this next product, I think the people who are in the Beardo and Weirdos cooking shows, they have seen this. And since I have the lady responsible for making me order these, I'm blaming so much on you, Olivia. But yet you're still here, so that's a proof of true friendship.
I think that's one of my best traits. I am
To make people do
totally...
crazy things.
Yeah, I am totally down to take blame for anything. Unless it's going to get me in prison or jail or anything like that.
Yeah, my actually new stuff isn't coming in until Wednesday. I got my shipments mixed up, but that I sold out of the white ones, and Olivia
I love those!
Olivia was responsible for making me order these because I've seen so many of these in all the conventions and night markets that, in my mind, is saturated. I don't want to get into that. And then you reminded me when you were wearing your Bears one. I go, oh, that's cool. And then you said you should get some. And I go, but then I've seen them like everywhere. And you said not everyone has seen them everywhere.
Yeah, and even though my nieces and nephew has them, I'm like, I still want to get some. You see, who doesn't want that?
Yeah. And they have a yellow version. That's
Right?
a,
And don't they move?
what?
They do, right? People are buying them.
Yes, like I said, I sold out the white one. So
See, I knew it. I knew it.
I owe you a commission.
No. You keep that. Just buy more oils whenever you run out.
Buy more. I should send you some of these for your nieces though, because they can have fun with them.
Oh, well, they already have some, but I'll check on them to see if they've broken them yet because they're really good at breaking everything up by them.
Yeah, I mean, do the ears move on your Bears one?
My bear does not move. It's the reason why I bought that bear hat was because the first day of school I got rained on and I was freezing in Berkeley. Oh my gosh!
Yes, my little personal rave. Yep. So
Love it.
when you asked me to get some, I thought, okay, I'm gonna scroll and go what? I mean, I need something that's a little like extra if I'm gonna like.
Wait, these are totally different from theirs. They don't have light up.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh my
So
goodness, they'll love that. I love that. I'm gonna wear those.
you know, and somehow these fit like big old heads.
Oh,
too.
good, because I have a really big head.
Yeah, well, your head not as big as Weirdo and Beardo's heads.
You never know.
They don't have any trouble like wearing these.
Huge head, really full of myself.
Yeah. So yep, I need to send you a bunch, and then we can have another like virtual rave.
Yay, with my nieces.
Yeah. I need to supply the band. Is she still in the band?
Yes. Oh my goodness, Ella, the band. The band.
Yes.
Let's talk about the band.
Oh,
So I don't know if anybody knows here, but I taught voice for 12 years and I retired because I got so tired of hearing voices. I couldn't take it anymore. Although I love singing and I love helping people with singing, but I just don't want to do it for 12 hours a day. So I really only have one student now. I'm her personal vocal coach, and I refuse to do voice lessons for money anymore. It's just not a thing that I feel okay with. So I'm her personal vocal coach. And so yesterday I go to band practice, and this is my first time hearing them after, I mean, they've been a band for like, what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah.
They've been a band since they were 8 years old. And, you know, when they were 8, they sounded like they were 8-year-olds playing in a band. And now they sound so professional.
Oh my gosh, you need to send me like a clip or something.
I need to see these. Yeah, I think they sent me a few things, but they sound so good. They're even writing original songs now, and I'm like so impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. And she has a brand new voice now because she's going through it. You know, she has a big girl voice, so she doesn't sound like a little kid anymore. She sounds like a little kid, but she doesn't sound like a baby.
Yeah, and if she like continues to exercise those vocal cords.
Yeah, so basically she's working with a brand new pipes that we're gonna have to, you know, work on. I know it feels like I'm her mom, but I'm really her auntie.
Yeah, well, aunties are always great because, you know, you can always return them at the end of the day.
That's what I do. I don't even take them. I just see them at their house and leave them there. And when I go home.
Yeah, then your house remains clean.
Yeah. I mean, when they're at 5 and up, I start training them to clean my house. That's one of the reasons. I'm like, oh, you want to come to my, okay, well, you're going to do the dishes.
That's a good plan. That's a really good plan.
Oh, I'm horrible.
Get more nieces and nephews somewhere.
I know, right? My goddaughter, she started doing dishes when she was 5. My niece, I taught her when she was a little older. She was like 8 or 9. I taught her how to do dishes.
Shirley had a really good way of babysitting her grandchildren. Would you like to confess, Shirley, when they get a little rowdy at your place?
I want to know.
How do you handle that, Shirley? I don't want to.
Give me all the expert tips.
Yes, Shirley, you're gonna have to tell.
Shirley, what are your tips?
I think Olivia might sell some of that. Melatonin. Do you have melatonin, Olivia?
I have Serenity, which works really similarly. And Serenity works so well that one of my nieces will ask at bedtime. She'll be like, what oil's that? I'll be like, it's Serenity. And she's like, absolutely no. No. She's like, no. And I was like, why? Why don't you want Serenity? Because you put it on and I get sleepy. And I don't want to sleep yet.
That's so funny. And they don't even have to ingest it, right? You just rub it on their feet or something.
That's it. Or my cousin, if we're over there and they just showered, my cousin brushes their hair for them. So she puts the oils in their hair.
Oh, then you really smell it and like It'll get all
And it
over.
diffuses through the night, and then the next day they're also like not all like all crazy.
I should order like a gallon from you and douse myself. Since I always have trouble like
A gallon of serenity.
see, we're close friends. You can like get the stuff for me in bulk gallon.
It's true. It's
Done.
true. Yeah, and you could probably get like 30% back in free points. So
And the dispenser, you know how like they have those punch containers at weddings and parties, where you have a dispenser, you just like make it open and then I'll put my hand under it.
that's how all my events go. Every event, there's like an essential oil station, and you can just use whatever you need that day.
Oh, oh, I wish you were closer. It'll be so much fun to visit you in those.
Right.
Yeah.
May 15th, if you want to come on down, it's fun.
Ooh. Where are you gonna be May 15th?
I can't put the address, but it's in the LA area.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't mean that, but like,
See, it's so scary now. Like, I don't even want to put on a concert. I don't want to do anything. I'm just like, forget it.
Do it private.
Forget it.
So it's like an event for doTERRA?
Yeah. So, because I am fairly important in the company now, corporates actually kind of come out and teach us a class. So I'm super excited, and they're going to give us some free gifts, and I'm like, oh my god, how fun. So
Neato. May 15th. See, my only problem is Puppy Cat needs a sitter.
because he can't come.
Oh no. Oh, if he's used to flying like that other bunny NYC, I mean she brings Miffy like on planes and yachts and beaches and all that. But Puppy Cat doesn't even like being in a car because I can feel his nervous energy.
Wiggles loves to travel. Wiggles is a little travel bug.
Oh, that's why you have the screen name.
Bunnies who travel.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
How about the sisters?
The sisters have been to Vegas, and they're really big fans of traveling there because they have the time of their lives.
Oh my goodness. Do you fly or drive?
That was a drive, so the girls have never been on a plane, but eventually we plan to move back to Hawaii, so they're going to have to get on a plane at some point. Yeah. The issue is we don't want them to go under the plane ever.
Is there an airline that allow animals? Because there are like a couple of airlines that allow you to bring, so long as they fit like in the seat in front of you in a smallish carrier. There are a couple of airlines that allow that, but I'm not sure if like Hawaiian or Alaskan is like one of them.
So we are Delta medallion people, which one of the reasons why we chose Delta is because they allowed rabbits to fly. About 2 years ago, they changed it.
Oh no!
And now they only allow household birds, dogs and cats. And I was like,
hello,
what is wrong with you? I called in and I was like, do you know?
What the heck?
I was like, why would you allow
dogs and cats and birds
and
not rabbits?
Like dogs and cats, I understand. Birds?
I know. Well, I don't understand any of it because they bark, and the cats have like severe like allergens that can spread, and then birds can like, my goodness,
they squawk.
Yeah. So I mean, if you allow a little dog or a cat that can fit in front of the seat, why wouldn't you allow a bunny in? Because they don't make a noise. They don't smell. They
don't do anything.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They just chew on hay and beg for treats.
I know, right? Can you, so what if you claim that they're your emotional support animal? Would they allow?
They are my emotional support animals. But on Delta, they have to be a bird.
A bird will only cause me stress.
Right? I'm just going to put wings
at me all day.
I'm going to put wings on my bunnies, and I'm going to call them bunny birds.
Well, people from afar, like when I post pictures with puppy cat and it's not a well even a close up because of puppy cat's name, I would get like at least once a week people ask me what kind of dog is he. So maybe you can just especially the sisters because they're kind of gray and they can't tell, right? Just say
They do check them
they're
right
a
before you
special
fly.
breed of puppies.
Yeah, they're a special breed of puppy that looks like rabbits.
Just puppies with long ears.
Yeah, they do look like dogs though.
They
And
don't bite. They don't
yeah,
bark.
and they act like dogs that don't bark.
And they won't poop everywhere. I mean, if you carry them in a carrier with like a box of hay and stuff, that's the only place they'll go.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Wow, look at this. They're cutting down on many flights now for everyone with ESAs.
Oh,
That sucks. Let me look this up. Maybe my complaint worked.
yeah.
I had to break it down. I was like, well, I just wanted to, and I'm very polite about it, obviously, because I don't want to be like, you allow birds? Like, I don't want to say
You don't.
that,
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to come off like a Karen.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that, but I did say like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, that you might want to consider it because rabbits are very quiet. They're potty trained. Like, there's just so
Yeah.
many
You know what?
benefits.
Maybe you should. You can use Bunny NYC's social account because she brings her Miffy everywhere, and Miffy is her emotional support.
She's probably flying on United.
Oh, you think United lets um bunnies? Okay. Darn. Like Hawaiian, definitely not.
Hawaiian, no.
Yeah,
No pets on in cabin.
yeah, because it's way too risky putting them in cargo.
I think that's scary.
It is because I mean, one, they can scare themselves to death, and then it's cold, and if they stop eating for a bit because they're scared, they'll get stasis. I mean, it's just. Is there a boat you can take? Can you take a cruise?
Right? Take a cruise.
It would take you a month to get to Hawaii, but at least you can get there with your baby safely.
That's true.
Oh, are yours vaccinated?
The rabbits?
Uh huh.
No. Do you vaccinate your rabbits?
Oh no, not COVID. RHGV, which is
Oh, the drop dead one?
yes, 100% deadly for bunnies. I will have to do it when Austin comes back for like Mother's Day or summer. We'll have to take Puppy Cat because um, in a couple of my broadcasts I did with the actual rescues, they all tell me even though Puppy Cat does not leave the house,
Mm-hmm.
we don't wear our shoes in.
Yeah.
That virus is so transmissible that you just don't want to take the chance because it can ride on your backpack or your clothes or blow in from the window. I'm like, no way. Because I'm just scared of sticking a needle in a puppy cat. But they say like they have not encountered a bunny like healing over because they got the vaccine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. A cruise would take too long, but it'll be a nice cruise, and I'm sure we can let our bunnies kind of roam around in the cabin, and they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Oh, wait, look. In accordance with the final rule by the U.S. Department of Transportation, effective January 11th, 2021, new bookings for emotional support animals will no longer be permitted. Customers who wish to travel with a pet may do so according to Delta's pet travel policy. So no ESAs allowed on Delta.
Oh, bummer. Oh, hey, Pablo. We were just talking about our emotional support bunnies. Mine's coming to eat me. Don't eat me, puppy cat. We have witnesses. Don't eat me. Don't eat me. Don't eat me.
Yeah, look at this. Small dogs, cats, and household birds. That's it. No
That's
other.
discrimination.
Yeah, it's petist for sure.
Yes, I protest.
Yeah, very animalist.
I'll just write them just for the heck of it, because someday maybe Puppy Cat will need to fly.
That's crazy.
I know. We should make an example out of Bunny NYC, because Miffy gives the airline so much publicity.
What? It's gotta be. Hi, Pablo. It's gotta be no more birds. Yeah, no birds. Birds are allowed. Thanks for the super heart. That
Where
is
you gonna put the bird? Like,
good.
do you sedate them and just stick it like under the seat? Do you put them on your shoulder? What? How?
I don't know. I don't like the birds on planes thing.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. They allow a bird and not a fluffy, cute, quiet bunny who are vegans and don't smell and they don't bite, they don't bark.
And they don't poop and pee in the same breath.
Yeah, at least they don't like. Oh, puppy cat, just like. Is that too much attention for you, puppy cat?
Yeah, there was a lady who tried to bring a peacock on board. I remember that story.
Seriously?
Yeah, she tried to bring her emotional support peacock.
What?
I don't know how I feel about that.
How do you even like keep a peacock as a pet?
I don't know. There are a bunch of them running around in my neighborhood.
Really? Oh yeah, I remember I saw one of those. You put it on your Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah. Hi, Charlie. Yeah, peacocks really squawk. Like they yell.
Yeah, we have turkeys, ugly turkeys, and they're gobbly.
I remember them. I would come out of my dorm and they would just be hanging out there saying good morning.
And they're like practically as big as me, and all mean and not pretty looking.
Yeah,
And
well, apparently you can bring that on the plane.
great. Because they're a bird, right? A 20-pound ugly bird.
Well, it has
Right.
to be a household bird, though.
Oh, okay.
So
Not
maybe
like-
not. Not a Charlie. Charles. If she tried singing the NBC tune while bringing Peacock, that would have been a sight.
Right? I wonder how that lady who owns Miffy, because I think I'm pretty sure she is so popular that I'm sure she gets like endorsement deals by bringing Miffy out. Because in her Instagram, uh, she has references to like where her contracts are if you want to like collaborate with her bunny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Puppy cat is
Were you able to reach out to her?
I'm sorry.
Were you able to reach out to her to collab?
I have been in contact with her just on kind of a casual basis because I how do I say it? I can't I can't I can't do that with Puppy Cat. What she does with Miffy.
Oh, yeah.
So when my heart is not in it, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And marketing firms have told me that I'm crazy and stupid, so I quit working with those marketing firms. Because
No.
they're so popular and they go, yeah, but I support bunny rescues. I have to, that's part of my thing. And I have to be consistent with the message I try to send.
Yeah.
That they're not there to make us a profit. Quite the opposite. I probably owe Puppy Cat my life.
Oh.
And I'm sure you feel the same way about your bunnies too. I mean, we say we adopted and saved them, but I think it's the other way around. And Puppy Cat let it be known every day when he demands snacks from me.
It's true.
Or thumps up a storm.
Well,
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, I've fostered so many rabbits in the past that I feel like I'm I feel like I coexist with them pretty well. Like I already like they're already integrated into my life. I understand them. Like I love rabbits and I love bunnies and I understand them really well. I communicate with them well. But the one that is really affected by our rabbits is actually Chris
Really?
because
How
he has
so?
never had a pet rabbit. So he had all of the reservations about rabbits when we first got Wiggles, and he was like, "This is not a good idea. They're
Why?
gonna, he was like, they're gonna be smelly and weird." And I was like,
Oh, the
"Okay,
smelly thing is really common.
yeah." And I was like, "Whatever, you'll see."
Where are the
Oh,
smelly ones?
right? Yeah. And so I trained Wiggles, and he ended up falling in love with Chris,
Aw.
not me. So I was like, oh
Hey,
man.
Robbie.
He's just like, oh my gosh, mommy, you're just my food lady. You're just
I
my
know.
clean my litter box and feed me food
And then
lady,
I'll get my
mommy.
cuddles from daddy.
Yeah, you're my food mommy. And then he would just run across the room from the house, like from one side of the house to the other. And he was like this tiny. He's like running across the apartment, jumping on the couch and licking him all day.
Oh.
He would never do that to me. He's not my rabbit. He's Chris's rabbit. And from that point on, Chris was converted. He's like, I want 10 of these.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, me too. Can we have 100?
I know, right? We
But
should
make sure they're all spayed and neutered. Like we want 100 of them, but they're all spayed and neutered. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think eventually in our old age, you and I might have our own bunny rescue org.
Maybe.
Yeah. Once we get older and like progressively crazier down that path, we're
Right?
gonna have to think about that. As our like retirement, like coast, well that's not really coasting. But at least, when we don't have to worry about as much of the financials and we just have a big old house with one level dedicated to like uh bunny a bunny rescue house where they can, come by and live for a bit and get them adopted.
I would love to have like a free roam bunny rescue.
I know that would be so fun.
It's like, is it a bunny rescue at that point, or are they just all our pets? Like we're just the crazy bunny ladies.
Yep, Marcy, where a puppy cat came from, her the spot for the rescues are downstairs, and her residence is above that floor, and she keeps the medical retired bunnies with her, like in a big room. So when I asked her to do a broadcast with me, she goes, "I don't want to show the cages downstairs." I said, "You know what? People understand that you're doing the work of a rescue. You can't just like throw them all and be free roaming because you have to deal with their health issues and you have space constraints." And she goes, "Well, I still don't want to." I go, "What do you want to go? I'd rather, bring you guys into my residence where the senior bunnies
Mm.
and the ones who are dependent on her for like continuous medical care that they'll never be adopted out." She has like, what does she call them? The old bloomers club. Yeah, so she has like a bunch of those. So I still have to reschedule her because the day that she finally agreed and had time to do the broadcast was the one night where the mobile broadcast joining function didn't work.
Mm.
Like, oh, it's really hard to get on her schedule, but I'll just try again. I'm not a fan of condo living. I want to mow the lawn.
Hi, Louise. Louise is here.
Luckily, I don't have that problem. I don't really miss the lawn.
I don't know who misses a lawn.
Most of
I
the
have
stuff
a lawn,
I do
and
in my
I
life,
know I have
I
it.
don't mind. But I do mind. I've been a city gal, so high rises, condos, that's for me.
I thought I was, and I grew up in the suburbs, um, and I try to live in the city. Didn't even last a year.
But But weren't you in you were in like condos and apartments when you're in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, but I think Hawaii can never feel like LA,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in Hawaii. It'll never feel like that. It's just not the same vibe. Yeah, when I lived in LA, it was a tough time. I didn't even live in high rise. I just lived in Koreatown in this
Hmm.
dinky little apartment, and I think I just really wanted to live in LA and just know what that was like. And
Uh-huh.
so I lived there less than a year, couldn't even make it all the way through the year, and I moved right back to the burbs.
Yeah, it is like are largely dependent on where your multi-unit living quarters is located too.
Yeah, and I think had it been a luxury condo experience, like where we lived in Hawaii,
Hmm.
that was incredible. Being in a high rise in Hawaii, because then everywhere you look, it's an ocean view, and there are all these amenities in the building. That was really
You just have to
convenient.
step outside and you can, enjoy the great outdoors and not be afraid of being mugged or something.
Yeah, and then high rises are also super anti-stalker friendly.
Right?
Um, because even if they knew which building you were living in, they'll never
Yeah.
figure out where
You
you
don't have
are.
to like break into a lot of doors to find exactly where I am.
Exactly. And there's always security.
Hmm. There's just so many like points of security before they get to my door.
Yeah. Like they'll
So
they'll really have to get through a lot of hoops to get to you.
yeah.
Um,
So
so yeah.
I'm a bit scared to even go for a walk. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. So I still drive my car to the mall, even though it's only like, if I walked, probably like 20 minutes. But then most of the time I have to be like lugging like 100 of these, so it's better
Yeah,
that
no. No. Don't walk it.
at first I was thinking it might be good exercise, but then I already traipsed about 5 miles just like walking around the customers all day for like 8 to 10 hours.
Oh my gosh, Lenny's saying, I remember being in my apartment in a high rise and the sights I saw with people forgetting to close their windows or blinds, lol. I think I'm still traumatized from some of the sights I saw. Well, you know what's funny? If you ever study, so I took a whole class on French civilization
Hmm.
and culture, and I thought it was so cool and interesting how that is such an American thing to close your windows and shut the curtains. So in France or in French culture, everything is open.
Yeah,
Everything's open. Not much censorship. So it's really interesting. And I
yeah,
always thought it was interesting too with censorship because in the US everything is so censored. We have so much censorship. And it's crazy as opposed to Europe where things that are natural are still natural. Um,
yeah. Because I'm just thinking what I think about how I think about social media is that I'm not that interesting of a person. So I don't lock my family pictures and birthday dinners. I mean, if they find it interesting, go ahead and look. But I'm not like that fascinating for people to like dig through my stuff and then figure out what they want to do with it. Um,
yeah, I try to keep my personal life pretty private.
oh, Lenny, you're very sweet. I, I
Yes,
mean,
you are, Ella. You are very interesting.
I
You
don't
are
even have
very
no
interesting.
blinds yet. Still, I have a backdrop, so when I flip the camera around, then the sun won't like go into the camera. But I don't care since it's an office building, and that's why I picked this side of the building instead of the other side has windows like pointing into like another condo building, and so I might feel a little uneasy about it. But here, I'm sure the office people who works at night think I'm kind of loony because I have all these like ring lights and candles and bunny lights and all kinds of things going on.
They're like, wow, what kind of witchcraft are you brewing over there?
Yeah, with a strange furry animal hopping around, and then I'm in my pajamas all day.
They're like,
But
wow, I want to live the life that she's living.
but yet she doesn't ever go to sleep.
Exactly. What kind of witchcraft is she brewing over there? I want to live the life that she's living.
Yep. I'm just a vampire bat.
And you are totally interesting, Ella, says Shirley. You are the first lady I've ever known to have a bunny in her home run free.
Olivia has 3.
True. This is true.
She is 3 times as nutty.
3 times as much angry poops.
But they're just Cocoa Puffs. You can pick them up with your bare hands.
Well, here's the thing. The rabbits. So Chris will be like, oh my gosh, they were so good today. Because, they don't leave any poops out.
Yeah.
And then there's days where they will
have an
do
accident.
the opposite and leave 5 cereal bowls full of Cocoa Puffs on the ground. And then I'll ask Chris, I'll be like, okay, well, they're communicating with you. They're not trying to be bad. They're trying to tell you something. What do they want? And Chris will be like, oh my gosh, let me check their food. Let me check their water. And sure enough, if the poops are near the water fountain, it's because they don't have enough water. If the poops are everywhere, it means that he forgot to feed them that night.
Oh.
So as long as they are well fed and well watered, they do not leave too many poops out at all. So
I think that does it. I think the main message he's trying to send me is that I need to do his housekeeping a little bit more frequently.
Yeah.
It's not up to his standards.
Yeah. They get really mad when you don't clean their litter box. They're so picky. They're like little kings and queens that you have to like cater to. You're just their human slave.
Right? Okay. Since I have this mobile camera.
Yeah, go for it. We're just their slaves, and we're like, it's their world, and we're just living in it. Like, they get mad at us when we don't change their litter box. Hi, Brian. We're talking about rabbits and stalkers and all kinds of stuff. So,
can you see? Can you wait? You can't. Oh, right there. He's.
Oh, cute. He's in the bed.
Yeah, he's right, like next to the IKEA bed, living his best life. That's where he looks outside the window all day, every day. Yes, that's his bed. That's his IKEA.
That's
IKEA doll bed.
Isn't it funny? They like to look out the window.
Yeah,
my rabbits do that too. They love looking out the window. It's so cute.
and he's like, I can't be bothered because she's not serving me. I'm just gonna be in my corner until she's ready to serve me again.
Yeah, see? They're so bad. Yeah, that's what they do. They'll like leave messages like, oh, my litter box isn't clean. I'm going to leave a few poops outside so you know my litter box ain't clean. You better clean it. And it's like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Or I don't have enough food. Or they'll go near the snacks and they'll be like, I want a snack. And they'll just sit there. And then Coconut goes inside of the refrigerator.
Oh my gosh. They're so tuned into the sound of like the snack cabinet or the fridge door opening.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get past any of them by them without them knowing and attacking you.
Yeah. Well, it's really great for training any of your animals for them to come when they're called. Because you need them to do that. You never know when they're going to be outside. And they're like, I'm running around. I'm hoppity. And then you need them to come back. And all you have to do is shake the treat bag and then they'll come back. But, it's just good. It's good. It's a good training to have, especially with runaway dogs. That's what I learned in dog training school.
Oh, I feel like most of the time, Puppy Cat has trained me.
See, you're his human slave.
Because I'm the one who goes to him actually more. I mean, he never brings me anything. He never cleans my room. Yes, I'm talking to you, Puppy Cat.
So funny.
Doesn't work with some dogs. Oh.
Yes,
I
yes,
also
yes.
and cats too. I'm not sure if I can deal with the aloof cat.
The cat's just like, whatever.
Yeah, just don't bother with me.
Yeah.
Works for cats. That's why Puppy Cat is called Puppy Cat because he has a dual personality.
Oh, that's true. I think a lot of rabbits. I thought that was a very appropriate name. I was like, oh my gosh, every rabbit should be a puppy cat. They should just change the name of rabbit to a puppy cat
Puppy Cat, yeah, because they're
because that's what
happy.
they are.
Except they don't smell anywhere near as bad as a dog and cat.
Or a cat. Yeah, they don't smell at all. They're the best. They're the
Yeah.
best. They're the
People
best.
ask me how I clean them, and I say, you know what? I'm the one who's stinky. When I
Yeah,
try to
yeah,
like get near him or hold him for like 30 seconds, like I did before, he'll be running away from me and taking like a head to toe kind of bath because he
yeah,
thinks I'm way too stinky. So it's
yeah.
like
They think we're disgusting.
probably rightfully so.
Yeah, because they're showering like 5 or 6 times a day. All they
Yeah,
do, that's all they do all day.
they don't go outside. They don't eat
No.
meat. They don't, there are no cooties on them. We're like probably covered.
Yeah. Yeah. We're the ones with the weird oils and stuff, like just, you know,
Hmm I'm
sweat.
surprised Puppy Cat doesn't. Speaking of oils, Puppy Cat has never run away from me when I put like peppermint and stuff on me. I thought he would, but he never does.
No, they like it.
Yeah, I thought it might be like because they have a stronger sense of smell that it might be like so like overpowering, but puppy cat never seemed to mind. I mean, not like I'll let them eat it, but like when I rub stuff on my hands, like to breathe and stuff, and then I'll come up to get water, and then he'll just like immediately makes a beeline for me, and I go, my hands are like I have peppermint and I have lavender and whatever, but he won't let up. He'll like flump. He'll get angry with me. So once or twice I'll get lazy and I'll just okay, let me just like reach into his treat bag really gingerly and just see if he minds taking it. Doesn't care. Didn't care at all.
No, it's part of what they eat.
But yeah, that's not like mint. It's pretty strong and he might, be a, but no. I'm more offensive than the mint.
For sure. Do you ever keep like herbs on the well, do you have one of those refrigerators that have a bottom shelf that they can reach?
I have a freezer bottom.
Okay,
So,
yeah, then you can.
yeah.
Okay. Because we have one of those old school ones still that have the bottom.
So do they
And
self
so
serve?
huh?
Do they self serve?
They do. So we keep like their little treats on the bottom, and then if I have herbs, then I put them in a glass jar and I put them on the bottom, and they self serve. They treat themselves to a little salad or a little cut up treats on the bottom.
But Puppy Cat is such a big. He. I don't think he has that feeling of being satisfied or full. He's a bottomless pit.
I know they are. They don't stop. They're so bad.
So if um I have the bunny moms who make those organic snacks
Yeah.
for us. There's twice now I think I thought I dropped one of those treat bags from the glass table because I just thought messy. It's late. I dropped something and I didn't remember. And the next day, um, Puppy Cat would leave just a little empty baggie. Good things they're like healthy snacks, or else my goodness. And then another day when I mean 2 nights, I thought, did they drop that 2 days in a row? And then the following day, I actually witnessed him like standing on the tippy toes and grabbing stuff from my glass coffee table.
They figure it out.
I'm
They
like,
do.
I'm like, I can't trust you anymore. I can't put anything on my glass coffee table.
Nope.
And
They will figure it out. And if they don't reach it, they'll just jump on the coffee table. They can jump on it. They will.
yeah, it's just a matter of time, right? Oh my
No,
god.
I've seen them on my coffee table. They just like they don't care.
Yeah, if there is a slim chance there might be a snack there, they'll go for it.
They will. They don't care. They go into the shoe rack. They go into any bookshelf. They go on the coffee table. They don't care.
Or anywhere you might have a really expensive electronic cable.
The more expensive, the more they like it.
Yes, they can hunt down those
Chargers,
ghosts.
kiss them goodbye. Laptop chargers, kiss them goodbye.
Yep. The first week Puppycat was home with us, he chewed up Austin's Bose headset that I'd given him because I'd gotten something newer.
Wiggles.
It lasted like 2.5 days.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We just bought, so I have a decent camera. We just bought a Rode microphone attachment with a fuzzy thing. It's like a professional thing. He bit the little cable that connects to the camera.
Oh,
that microphone is very expensive.
I was like, they have expensive taste.
I was like, we haven't even used it yet, and he ate it.
Tasty for them. Yeah, my gigabit network cable that runs my business. When we were putting up this new TV cabinet, we found out that Puppycat had already chewed through the rubber. The copper wires were exposed. He was one bite away from taking down my business. So now it's all ghetto. I've wrapped it with electrical tape because I still don't really want a whole lot of service people coming into my place yet. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's 11:30. I've kept you for so long and talking everyone's ears off.
I was just gonna say, I was like, we're having a great time, so I don't want to end it, but my eyes are starting to get dry. I'm just sitting here
bright lights. Oh my goodness. I didn't even have half as many products as I thought was gonna be in those bags. But the rest of the boxes will come in a couple of nights and I'll do it again. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us, and thank you, Olivia.
See you next time. See you after finals. I'll see all of you more often after finals.
Yay! With the guitar and the songs. Yay!
Yes, and then I'll finally set up my music corner.
Woohoo! Yeah, because I haven't seen you sing for a while, so I thought you were like crazy.
Oh, I'm just like singing by myself now.
All right. So good luck in your finals.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
And then we'll do a private graduation celebration. All right. See you guys. Bye. Thank you.